Hi, welcome back. We're continuing to look at piecewise defined functions. In this video, we are going to be evaluating a function at given values when we're looking at a piecewise defined function. So here I have a piecewise defined function. G of x is equal to x plus 7 if x is less than or equal to -2, 2x minus 4 if x is between -2 and 3, and g of x is equal to 4 if x is greater than or equal to 5. So you can think of this over here as our domain, and this is the rule. So if an x value falls in, so we're first going to check our value that's entering the domain, and we are going to say, which of these regions does it fall in? Let's follow that rule. So starting with g of 0. So g of 0, I'm first going to just kind of label these. I'm going to say that this is going to be our A rule, our B rule, and our C rule. So I'm going to look at 0. And 0 is greater than -2 and less than or equal to 3. So we are going to follow the B rule. So we're working here. So that means when I plug in 0 for g, I'm going to be looking at the 2x minus 4 rule. So that's 0 minus 4. So I get g of 0 is equal to -4. Or I get the point 0, -4. Now I'm going to look at g of -2. So this one's a little bit trickier because -2 appears in two places. However, you'll notice that this is a less than or equal to. So -2 is less than or equal to -2. -2 is not less than -2. So that means I am following rule A. So I need to check to see which of these makes a true statement for my input. And in this case, it's A, so I'm going to follow rule A. So now this is g of -2 is equal to -2 plus 7. G of -2 is equal to 5. This gives me the point -2, 5. Looking at -10. -10 is less than or equal to -2. So this one's also going to be rule A. So g of -10 is equal to -10 plus 7. That's my A rule. G of -10 is equal to -3, or the point -10, -3. Down here for g of 15, 15 is greater than or equal to 5. So that means I'm following rule C. So g of 15 is equal to 4. I've got the point 15, 4 on the graph. Looking at g of 4, g of 4, so -2 is less than 4 is less than or equal to 3 is not true. So that means it's not rule B. And 4 is greater than or equal to 5 is not true. So C is not true. 4 is less than or equal to -2 is also not true, which means A is not true. What that means is that 4 is not included in my domain. So this has no solution. 4 is not in the domain. So no solution. G of 4 does not exist. Okay, so G of 3, -2 is less than 3 is less than or equal to 3 works. So that means I'm going to follow rule B. So G of 3 is equal to 2 times 3 minus 4. G of 3 is equal to 6 minus 4. G of 3 is equal to 2. So this is the point 3, 2. So what I have circled on this page would be my solutions. So as we are working with piecewise defined functions, we need to be checking the domain to see which rule we will follow, if any. If our input does not fall within any of the given domains, there is no solution. It can't go into my function. So if we think of a function as something like a machine that I put yarn in and I get out a sweater, and depending on what color yarn, maybe if I put in red yarn, I get out a sweater. If I put in blue yarn, I get out a hat. But there's no rule for green yarn. So if I put green yarn in, I'm not going to get anything out. So that's kind of what we have here, is that our machine can only handle certain inputs, and those are what we have here.